Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So it is time for some news, and boy have we got some good news for you. Not a lot of things, but we do have some things. So the first thing I want to start off with is both of the limited edition Galaxy Note 10 Plus devices, the Galaxy. Both of those are available for order right now. So you've got this limited edition one, and you have this Star Wars version. So you have the 10th anniversary, to be exact. The 10th anniversary is on Samsung.com. It's $1,300, and so is the Star Wars version. Is $1,300. So the Star Wars version, obviously, you're getting a lot more with that one. You're getting, I can't say you're getting more. It looks better, and you're getting the red and black earbuds, and you get a power bank and a case, and it looks like you get a few things in there. It looks like, but there's also this new 10th anniversary one that popped up. This actually popped up about a week and a half ago, but I didn't cover it. But you get earbuds and a watch, and a case, and 2 bands. So on the surface, that one, and it's got some kind of eclectic little design, but on the surface that definitely appears to be the better of the two, because it looks like you're getting more. But you know, the Star Wars edition, that black and red, that's actually pretty sweet. They're both $1,300, and they both are ready to order. So hit Samsung.com if you're interested in that. I think that'll be interesting for you to get into. So in other news with Samsung, we'll stay on Samsung for a moment. The S11 supposedly was leaked online, and it's kind of one of the worst, a blurry, I shouldn't say the worst, it's a blurry leak of the Galaxy S11. But you know, we don't know if these are real, but honestly, based on the way leaks go now, it's probably real. There's a lot of people that just are always on the prowl to get a sneak peek at what's coming, and the 11 is no exception. This should be dropping in the first quarter of 2020, and so, man, it sounds crazy, right? 2020, 2020. So that should be dropping, and it's supposedly that it's going to have a nice price tag, but it's going to be that full screen display, 108 megapixel. I don't know. There's so many leaks going on, but you know, we'll stay tuned for that. I really like to get my hands on the real thing before I, you know, say that something is official. In other news with Samsung, the the Galaxy Note 10 Lite has appeared. So it's a Galaxy Note 10 Lite and S10 Lite, both are showing up online. Samsung is in the news right now. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite is actually a pretty cool device. I think it's going to cost a little more than I thought it would, but I'm not sure yet, so don't quote me on that. But the Galaxy Note 10 Lite and the S10 Lite. The S10 Lite, not so sure about that, but the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, still something that can probably sell very well, especially if they were to release in the US and get a good price tag on it. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. In other news, if you have a Galaxy Note 10 Plus, a regular one like us regular folks with no 5G and all this other stuff, I have an unlocked Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and it is officially on the December security patch. Now, I didn't just get this. I got this last week sometime at the beginning of December. But the fact that Samsung is keeping up with their software updates monthly is strange. It wasn't always like this, but they are, in fact, keeping up with the updates on their devices, and that's pretty good. So in Samsung news again, the foldable phone that they're bringing out supposedly is going to be cheaper, more affordable, I should say, because currently the Galaxy Fold is $2,000, and if in fact they do bring another Galaxy Fold out, the Galaxy Fold 2, it's supposed to be a clamshell. Now just remember, this is all rumors and leaks and things like that, but again, the rumors and leaks that come out are actually accurate. It's to my surprise. But they do have the foldable Galaxy Fold 2, and it's supposed to be under $1,000 Now, I think what Samsung is doing is really trying to capture the market with the foldable phones. If they can get to it and beat Motorola, because Motorola's foldable phone is $1,500, and it's totally not worth it. It's exclusive to Verizon, and I don't think Samsung is going to do something like that. But a foldable Samsung device, it's going to be great. It's pretty much a folding Galaxy Note 10, about that size, will be perfect. But again, we're still way ahead of ourselves in the news, leaks, rumors. This is where you need to treat this. But that is going to be really cool. More Samsung news. I'm just kind of looking online here. Samsung news. There is another Samsung device coming out, believe it or not. It is the Samsung Galaxy A51, set to launch on December 12th. So obviously you're watching this before December 12th. But if we're past December 12th and you're watching this, how's the phone if you got one? The Galaxy A51 looks like a very cool device. It's got a different camera set up on the back. It's got that full screen display in the pinhole right in the center of the screen, which is actually pretty cool. So it's supposed to be unveiled on December 12th. We'll see how that works out. Samsung is in the news big time right now. They're really killing it. Now let's switch news to OnePlus. There's a rumor out there and a leak out there of the OnePlus 8 Lite. Now these naming conventions that are coming out here, I have no idea where they come from. But in fact, these are things that are leaking online. And again, with the leaks, most of them have been accurate. So take it as you want to take it. But I'm starting to believe most of the leaks that come out, because the sources are bringing original, they're backing it up. So no official physical looks at the device, but the leaks across the board are really starting to hit out fast. So if there is a OnePlus 8 Lite coming, it's supposed to be like more of a mid-range, but I'm sure it's going to be fast. I'm sure OnePlus might just use a different processor and put it 6 gigs of RAM. Who knows? But it's supposed to be really nice, and it actually looks really cool too. So that's something to take note of. Nokia has decided to push out that they're going to get Android 10 to some of the devices next week. So this is going to be pretty interesting. That Nokia has decided to push out Android 10 to their devices. Going to be nice. So if you have been living under a rock, you don't know who Motorola/Lenovo is. They are releasing a device, seems like every 3 weeks. Right when I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on a Motorola phone, another one comes out. They've released a device, seems like every month for the last 3 to 4 months. It's pretty impressive, but a little bit overkill, because they now have the Motorola One Hyper, which is a 64 megapixel camera on the rear with a 45 watt charger and a pop-up camera. So it's just and these phones are all good, and they're all mid-range processors, if you will. They don't have Snapdragon 800 series processors, I'll say that, but they're still pricing at them at about $400. And so when you do that, you start to compete directly against the 3A and 3A XL, and that's a tough field to be in. Meaning overall experience for me personally. I'm not saying that those are just the go get them, kill all devices, but they're the realistic purchases that I would tell a person to buy if they were in that $250 to $400 price range. It would definitely be more in line with the 3A and 3A XL. And there are other phones out there that definitely are good for the $400 price range. But we're just talking about, what Motorola is launching in the US, and they're launching some great phones, but I think it's too fast. They've released a phone almost every month, and these phones technically don't have anything so wowing about them. There's no wow factor about them. The hardware is great, but they're not giving us a chance to get to know the current devices they just released. They're pushing out all these devices, and they're releasing them to the US right away. It's strange, but that's what they're doing. Go to Motorola.com and see for yourself. It's pretty interesting. So if you haven't heard, I did buy the McLaren. Let's switch gears back to OnePlus for a second. I bought the OnePlus 7T Pro 5G McLaren edition. I got that phone, and my phone messed up out of the box. As you can see, voila, I still don't have one. Obviously, they were sold out, and because some of the stores only got one. And honestly, I'm kind of on the fence of whether I even want to go do it again. Is it even worth it for me to go back and do it all over again? I do actually have a store holding one for me. I didn't ask them to hold it, but I deal with that store all the time, and they was like, you know what, we got you. We're gonna hold this for you, because everybody's asking for it, but they're not coming to pick it up, and we know you'll come buy it. And I'm like, yeah, great. I guess that's a compliment. I would say that I haven't lost interest, but I actually use the OnePlus 7T regularly as one of my daily drivers, and the only thing I'm getting different on the 7T Pro McLaren edition is a different screen resolution, a little bit different hardware, but I'm still getting that same blazing fast OnePlus experience. And I'm getting 5G. Now, we'll switch to T-Mobile in just a second to talk about the 5G. But, overall, I wonder, is it really worth it to switch gears, and I'm not getting rid. I'm not getting rid of the OnePlus 7T. I'm not getting rid of this phone, but I know I'm going to get the same experience. I'm just going to be so focused on 5G. And it's still kind of strange to hear people say, I can't wait for you to review this phone. Technically, kind of already reviewed it. The only thing that's different is 5G. When you think about it. So and I recently sold my OnePlus 7 Pro to grab the OnePlus 7T, but then I ended up getting such a sweet deal on this. I pocketed a lot of money because I did a trade-in, blah, blah, blah. You heard the story. And I got this for $300. So is it really worth me? You answer that in the comments. Do you think it's worth me going back again, getting another 7T Pro 5G McLaren edition? Is it worth my time even going to review that? What am I actually reviewing? 5G? To be honest. And so I thought about it. I was like, you know, this is a collector's item pretty much for a lot of people, for those that are going to collect it and keep it. But I would actually use it. I wouldn't so much have $900 just sitting around. But I thought about that, you know, when I first got, when I went and picked it up, I thought, man, I love this phone, it's beautiful. But then afterwards, I was like, man, you know, I feel like I already, this is nothing different but just 5G in a different color. Same body, everything. But the techie in me really wants to go get it again. And it's very tough not to. I got that one on hold, and I got to make a choice. And I will make a choice. But if you haven't heard though, like I was getting ready to say before I started that big old spill, my McLaren 5G, the modem or whatever it is that was inside that controlled the data, and I hear a lot of you guys saying, oh, it's software, all these experts come out. I'm always amazed that all of these experts come out when something's wrong. Everybody just has to give their respect. If you think you know what you're talking about, that's great. But I wanted to hear from the people who actually experienced it, and there were some that actually experienced it. And a lot of you guys said, oh, Jay, you just need to go into settings and you need to reset this. I'm thinking, don't you guys think I already did that? I mean, I'm a pretty tech savvy guy, and then I also talked to technical support. We did everything under the sun. It didn't work. If it worked for you guys, respectfully, I'm glad that it worked. Some people went in and just reset the network settings. We tried everything. Mine did not work. Mine would not grab a hold of 5G, and then it just kept flashing with the data, and it will only pretty much pick up 4G and 3G in pretty much all the time, which wasn't right. $900, you think I'm going to settle for that, and it's supposed to be 5G? So no. So I ended up actually taking care of that. I went and took it back, and you know, I didn't want to because I really wanted to try to keep working on it, but because I knew there weren't any more. But I guess now that that hype train is gone, I'm kind of wondering, honestly, what's the purpose of me going back and get it again? Just to tell you about 5G and the 5G speeds? Let's talk about that. Now, T-Mobile released a different range of bands. They didn't basically, okay, let me just say it really easy for you. There's Verizon and AT&T's bands, and then there's T-Mobile's bands. Okay? Makes sense? Okay, there you go. There's Verizon and AT&T's 5G kicking in pretty much up here, and you've got T-Mobile down here. This is better, folks. This is better because it's more realistic. Up here, you're going to get these blazing fast speeds that are advertised, but when a ton of people get on the network, this is what's going to happen. So they released the higher band frequencies on their LTE, and T-Mobile released the lower and more widespread bands, so you can get 5G, but you won't get 1 gigabit down. You'll get between 1 and 500 pretty much. 100 and 500 is what people should be getting. Some people are reporting 250 consistently. Some people are reporting 170 consistently, which is great. Those are just really fast speeds. But what are we going to do with that? Well, we can download things faster. We can stream things better. We should be able to. But just remember, you know, T-Mobile's network, I'm happy the way they did it with the widespread. But honestly, the devices to choose from on all the carriers is lame. There are no affordable 5G phones. 900 is not affordable for a phone. That is not affordable. And then the Galaxy Note, I already have a Galaxy Note 5 Plus, Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I don't want to switch it out just to get 5G. It's a waste of money. I'll be losing big money. So I don't know I hope that later on down the line in 2020 in the first quarter, in the first quarter, we should see more 5G phones. What are they going to cost though? I don't know. I'm hoping that they really bring some 5G phones that are under $500 and that are not just mid-range phones. Bring us some phones. I would take a 5G phone, because before you say, oh, it can't be 5G. Yes, the 700 series supports 5G. Do your research. There are 700 series processors that support 5G. They're the newer processors, but they still have 700 series 5G processors that can handle 5G, and then MediaTek handles. They have processors that handles 5G. So, but I don't want to see a bunch of overpriced 5G phones when the network isn't even ready for it. Even though T-Mobile released the low frequencies, and you're getting really consistent 100 to 500, that's great. But Verizon actually charges for their 5G, if I'm not mistaken. So T-Mobile's, the way they're doing it is much better. But in the same token, they're not any better than Verizon because we only got a couple of phones and they're both very expensive. And then the S10 5G, you can't find it on T-Mobile anymore. It's like gone now. It's so strange. It was out there, now it's gone. Right when T-Mobile launches 5G, now the T-Mobile version of the S10 is gone. Some of you guys probably didn't even know it existed. Did you? It did. It existed. It used to be on their website too. It might still be there. I haven't looked. Let's take a look real quick before we get out of here. But that it did exist, and it's frustrating to know that we've got these expensive 5G phones, and all they're doing, folks, is making us pay for the network to be built. If you think otherwise, something's wrong. This is how it works. They want you to pay for the network. So let's see if we can find filter by brand. Let's filter out Samsung. And see if we can find see if the S10 5G is on their site. It was on here and is not on here anymore. I saw it on here, the S10 Plus 5G, and I was like, whoa, it's actually on the site. Well, it's not anymore. And if you were fast enough, you could have gotten a 1 terabyte S10 Plus for $9.99, folks. But now they only have the 128 gigs for $9.99. And they put that special out there maybe a month ago. They were getting rid of those terabyte ones. But anyway, there's not enough 5G phones. So, while the McLaren is nice, it's 12 gigs, 256 gigs of storage. Very nice. I'm happy about it. But in the end, I thought about it, man. I said, man, you've got a OnePlus 7T that you use alongside your Galaxy Note and your Pixel 4 XL. What are you really going to do with the 5G after you get it? I'm only going to run so many speed tests. You know what I'm saying? So it's pointless to. For me, I just felt like, why am I? The hype was there, but then reality set in, and I thought, man, here's what I'll do. If I could sell a phone, then I'll get the OnePlus 7T 5G McLaren edition again. And that's a realistic goal. If you don't think it is, well, too bad. That's my goal. Because, again, this phone is awesome, folks. It is awesome. Let me see if I can get that shot I like to do. I like to do it with a camera focus. Get it? Oh, yeah. This phone is awesome. Come back. Come back. There it is. This phone is awesome, folks, and I still recommend it. I recommend it over the 7 Pro, and I still do. Now, the McLaren edition, I don't know. The McLaren edition looks really good. I love the color scheme. The case, oh my gosh. I didn't even get a chance to review the case. The case feels fantastic, man. Oh. I got some footage where I review the case. Maybe I'll put it up. Because I remember, I recorded a bunch of stuff in that first 24 hours, which I didn't actually have a full 24 hours. In that short time that I had it, even though the phone didn't work, I actually was recording footage of like the cases and stuff, and maybe I'll put that out. You let me know in the comments if you want me to give a small little synopsis on that. But anyway, Monday smartphone news. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I don't know what to tell you, man. The McLaren is nice. I like it. It looks good. It doesn't need anything, to be honest. It doesn't need a skin. I will put a clear skin on it probably. But other than that, I keep it in that beautiful case, protect it, and when I do use it, and then when I not use it, store it away. So, OnePlus fans, to me, this is your winner. The OnePlus 7T is fantastic. Now, I know that if you look on the website, they still have the 7 Pro for $549. I mean, it's a decent phone. If you like the McLaren, obviously you're gonna like the 7 Pro. So if you just want to save $350, go ahead and get the 7 Pro. You just won't have a 5G. That's it. You don't have the Plus processor, but come on, you know it's not gonna be too much difference. But anyway, it's your man Jay, Monday Smartphone News. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wow. Hashtag the Galaxy for pretty much taking up half of the video. They're in the news a lot. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think? Do you want me to go ahead and release the footage I recorded of the case portion of the phone? Do you want me to, do you think it's smart to just not even get the McLaren again? Because what am I getting it for, 5G? Or if I can sell some phones, I'll get another McLaren, basically to get that price down, you know what I'm saying? Because I can get $300 off if I give them one of my Pixels. If I give them my Pixel 3 XL, I can get $300 off. And then if I give them an old iPhone later, I get another $100 off or whatever, or $200 off, I don't know. But yeah, I can get that price down to half. And then to me, then it'd be totally worth it. For $499, you know, trading in a couple phones, yeah. Yeah. So, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Can I do the thing where like I cover it with my hand and it fade out to black? I can? I'm good? See y'all in the comments.